There is so much going on in the markets right now. It's a really macro environment. And the macro environment, to me, is this beautiful jigsaw puzzle of all the pieces we need to put together. And I think what's really helpful in moments like this is not to just focus on what's going on with the Turkish news flow, what's happening with the US trade talks with China, what's happening with the EU and what's going on in the Italian politics. It's good to step back. Step back and see the big picture. And for me, the way I like to see the story being told in markets is by using charts. And it's the charts that will tell us an idea of what is the big theme that's going on, what really might be happening here. And again, I'm not talking about certainties, but what I do see is the potential for a deflationary bust building. The probabilities are rising fast, and the chart patterns are really concerning. And I think there's obviously macro trading opportunities, but there's also words of caution that if some of this does play out, and we're quite close to some of the key triggers, it really is a different phase of markets than something we've been used to for quite some time. What's looking on the horizon is potentially something like a nexus of 1997, 1998 with an Asian crisis, with something with elements of a bit of 2000 with the stock market bubble, and elements of 2008 based on credit and other issues. So there is a big picture here that really requires some attention. And for me, the whole thing starts with one thing, the chart of the US dollar. This chart, as you can see, the long-term chart of the dollar, broke out of its chart pattern, which was a declining wedge. And that triggered me to be bullish on the dollar some time ago. Now, what you can see is we had that fast bull run, and then we spent most of last year correcting. It pulled back and retested the breakout zone. Now, in charting terms, that usually is a good place for a consolidation period to finish and a new leg of a bull market to start. I strongly think that, all things being equal, the highest probability is that we're starting a much more accelerated and poisonous phase of the dollar rally. I think many of you will have looked at the chart of the euro, and everyone looks at, again, the micro picture. What I like to do is step back and look at the big picture view of the euro. Now, this chart is obviously constructed using previous data because the euro didn't exist much prior to 2000. But when you look at the data of this chart over the long term, you can see the previous dollar bull market or euro bear market and this one, incredibly similar in context. Now, market patterns are never supposed to look identical. They're supposed to look similar. And the similarities on this one are really striking. You can see where it broke down from that top pattern. It fell sharply and then rallied and retested the breakdown point. We did it last time and we're doing it this time. And then the euro looks to be declining further. So this chart would suggest to me that the euro decline here could go well below parity to the US dollar.